what are the dangers of feminism that come forward for you? And, in the world right now, we're seeing a lot of inversions and distortions, and with men becoming women and trying to take our roles and all of that kind of stuff. There seems to be a hidden agenda with all of that we're seeing in the world. Is that fair to say? Does that make sense what I'm saying with this?
Yeah.
Like there's an agenda with all of it. There's an agenda with the feminist movement, with the transgender movement, with the fluidity with gender and roles not being defined.
Mm-hmm.
What are the dangers of that for you?
Chaos. It just leads to chaos. Whenever there's nothing defined, we need structure. And that's something that I just didn't want to accept. I just wanted to be the wild woman. I wanted to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, with whoever I want, And this freedom is exactly what the sexual revolution has come forth and just handed over to the feminists. Like, this is it. This is your chalice of freedom, and you can do whatever you want now. And there's so many dangers with that. The sexual revolution, there's big history, and we can go like so many different areas with that. In the most atrocious result, like the worst result for it is actually the sexualization of children. So, and that's what it was geared towards as well. It's just seeing like sexual revolution is just saying, well, everyone's sexual, like it's okay, like it's just free love. And what it opened up was to have experiments with children, just saying like children do want to be sexual and it's natural for them to be sexual when it is not. And children should be innocent, and the innocence of children has to be preserved. So the whole thing, the worst thing that's happening is that it's just telling children that even the exposure of gender is like, so I have seen even sorry, I'm kind of jumping around because my mind is like, oh. um, I've seen little prosthetics for girls that feel like a boy, and they just put a little prosthetic in their privates just to be able to actually feel what it's like to be a boy. And same with girls. And these are the manufacturers of sex toys for adults, and all this gender fluidity, it's just unnatural. Of Absolutely is unbiblical. It's actually a sin. And yeah, I just do not stand for it whatsoever. I think adults, I have friends that are gay, lesbian. My mom's best friend since I was very little, he was gay. And her other best friend, she had multiple personality disorder. I've grown up with a variety of people around me, and there's complete acceptance and love towards all these people. As an adult, whatever you choose, yes, like I can love you. I don't have to participate in it, and I don't have to affirm it either. It's not like I'm going to be saying that's okay. If you're, especially with the men that are trans women, and it's just erasing womanhood. It's erasing what a woman is. People can't. It's just mind blowing that someone can't, in Congress, in high places, cannot say what a woman is because they're afraid of the ramifications of it because of cancel culture. It's not even because they actually don't know. They know. And that's just the ridiculous thing, is that they're not saying it because of fear of what other people are going to say to them. Not because yeah. It's like, you do know, just say it. Just say it. What is a woman and what is a man? There is very distinct biological differences. And that leads to role distinction as well. And there is a big importance between role distinction between men and women. Biologically, we're different. In our brains are different. Like women are way more alert to nuances and sensitivities to know what people need. They're relational. Men being more practical, they have denser denser nervous systems. They're going to be the protectors and the providers. They're going to go out, they can hunt, they can do what they need to do because they're not going to feel it as much as a woman that needs to kill an animal. The man's going to be like, okay, I'll just kill it and then you can cook it. And it's part of our nervous system. It's not that, it's not fair, or it's not about being fair or not. It's about just understanding our biology, the way our bodies are made, and just going towards what is natural for us. Yeah. And it just creates chaos and we're already seeing it. Lots of confused people, lots of identity crisis, lots of now children being targeted for even asking a child, what is your pronoun? It is beyond, it's abuse. It's completely making them think about something that they don't have to think about. I'm really watching, my kids are in a public school at the moment. They were homeschooled for the first few years, and ever since this thing is coming out in schools, I'm still not quite sure what's going on, and I'm gonna go to the school and have a and ask them about it. But I'm thinking, what if they start asking my kids what are their preferred pronouns? Like, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that at all. And I come from a language that we have the pronouns change depending on the thing. Every single noun is either masculine or feminine. So, and you have to learn, like, a chair is la silla, it's feminine. You cannot change it. You cannot change the gender of the chair just because you want it to change. The word is made so it's joined to the correct pronoun to be able to communicate effectively and for order. And we're losing that. So what we're seeing is not reality anymore. What we see a man, and now we have to ask the man, what are your pronouns? It's completely messing up with the psychology of humans in what we see being reality or not. It's already telling you what you're looking at might not be exactly what you think it is. So you better ask to then affirm their reality. So we're constantly now looking outside to see what other people's reality is and denying our own just to be like, okay, well, clearly you're a bloke because you have a beard and chest hair, but I have to call you a woman just to affirm you in your psychological state. But my reality, that that's a man, is dismissed.
Mhm. That chaos and confusion speaks really loudly, like the containment of the masculine
Mm.
is gone on many levels, where it is just absolute chaos, where you have to, you know, I was with my mom last week and she was like, you don't know what to say. You go to say, like, she or he, and it's like, oh no, am I going to get in trouble? Like, am I being politically incorrect? Like, there's so much confusion where you're just kind of like walking on eggshells in life, where you can't take a stand, be like, this is what I see. Just like you said, this is my reality. I'm not going to manipulate my reality to appease you, because there's so much like, what if you offend somebody else? And so kind of manipulating our own truth to appease everyone else.